The first of the 7 facilities that we'll feature in the Niagara region is the Legends on the Niagara, and it's truly a battle between designers here. The property has 2 18-hole courses designed by 2 of Canada's top modern-day course architects.
Douglas Carrick designed our Battlefield course behind me, and our other course is Usher's Creek, and it was co-designed by Thomas McBroom.
Battlefield provides a unique and challenging treat with wide, generous fairways and undulating greens. The course offers a mix of link-style holes with long fescue, as well as parkland style, featuring trees lining many greens and fairways. The 18th hole offers a stunning view of the clubhouse. It's a long par 5 finisher that's heavily protected by water and beached bunkers. The best option on this hole is to play it close to the pond in order to give you a shorter approach shot to this mammoth green. Usher's Creek provides a contrasting parkland style to its counterpart. It's an elegant design that flows with the land and uses landmarks and strategic bunkers as good targets to aim at. With water along the entire left side of the 6th hole, it's sure to intimidate any player.
It's a dogleg left tee shot. There's fescue and bunkers on the right-hand side of the hole. The left-hand side is a huge pond. It's a very risk-reward second shot, with the green being quite large, but again surrounded by bunkers and water. It's a very difficult hole.
Even if you flare a few balls into the water or the forest, this Niagara Parks course offers a tranquil abode. If you're a fan of McBroom and Carrick's designs, then Legends on the Niagara is a must. You'll even forget that these contrasting courses are on the same property when you play them back-to-back. To make your getaway in Niagara a grand time, don't forget about Grand Niagara Golf Club, designed by Rhys Jones.
I think Rhys Jones built a golf course that you sort of get lost by yourself. There's people out here, you won't hear them, you won't see them, and to a golfer, that means something.
The traditional parkland-style course offers up rolling fairways that provide ample landing areas, yet large fairway bunkers still provide a pretty good defense. Grand Niagara is just shy of 7,500 yards from the tips, so your driving game will need to be sharp to make it around this track. But if you're not up for longer yardages, you can still choose between 3 other sets of tees that are somewhat friendlier. Wherever you play from, the pristine playing conditions and immaculate greens will add to the enjoyment of playing Grand Niagara.
Number 2 is probably our signature par 4 from the back tees. We played just about 460 yards. Big collection pond on the right-hand side, undulating green. Par's a very good score there.
The longest par 3 is the 15th, which plays just over 230 yards.
Probably our best set par 3 out here. Just a good bold hole, elevated tee, going into an elevated green surrounded by some big bunkers, a 2-tier green that is very penal.
Before that hole is the short and beautiful par 4 14th. You'll have to lay up on this one and leave a short iron or wedge over a creek into an elevated green. Grand Niagara will test your game, and as with all these courses in the Niagara region, the scenery is spectacular and the experience superb. You won't want to miss this great track. Public golf in a private setting. That's the mantra at Royal Niagara. Ted Baker Design offers 27 holes of challenging golf.
The courses here at Royal Niagara, I mean, they've got 3 terrific 9 holes, and there's not too many 27-hole courses in Niagara. There's a course for everybody to play.
The 3 9s are the Escarpment, the Old Canal, and the Iron Bridge. As the name of the course would suggest, the Escarpment course takes advantage of the glorious landscape and provides elevation changes and tight fairways. The 7th hole is a par 3 where you'll face a small pond in front of the green and 3 bunkers surrounding it. Hitting the center of the green is your best shot at a birdie. Anywhere else and you'll find it very difficult to get up and down. Next, the Old Canal 9 is dominated by water. It's nestled next to the historic Welland Canal and provides liquid hazards on all but 2 holes. The 3rd hole is a par 4 that plays just over 400 yards from the back blocks. Accuracy is crucial, as anything off the fairway will likely disappear into the water hazards surrounding the hole. And last but definitely not least is the Iron Bridge course, which is named after the bridge found on the par 4 3rd hole. If you can keep your tee shot in play, you'll have a good shot at birdie, as there isn't much danger around the green. Just 1,500 yards from the falls is Thundering Waters Golf Club, and despite being able to see the skyline of the Strip from many holes, the course is a sanctuary from the hustle and bustle of the famous tourist area. It was designed by long-hitting John Daly, and his touch is everywhere here. From the staff all decked out in Daly's trademark loudmouth clothing, to the carts that have the flashy designs on them, to the course itself, you'll see and sense Long John at every turn. While Daly may be known for his mammoth drives, he designed Thundering Waters to be playable for those who don't hit it 300 yards off the tee.
It's relatively short. It's only 6,500 yards from the daily tee deck, but I say Thundering Waters is the ultimate risk-reward course.
The course has two distinct parts, an open Scottish-style section and a tree-lined parkland side. The holes flow nicely through both and will challenge golfers while still giving them lots of opportunity to enjoy themselves. On the second hole, Daly provided a tribute to the road hole at the old course, with a dogleg right that has the feel of the famous 17th at St. Andrews. And a hole later, a tricky par 3 that tees off from an elevated tee to a big green will challenge accuracy and club selection. The 11th hole is a true John Daly risk-reward par 4. Longer hitters can brave it out and go for the green on the drive, but a miss usually means water, or play safe and out to the left and try to use a short iron to get it close and make birdie. There's a good chance for a birdie on the following hole too, the 12th, a meaty par 5 that is one of the course's signature holes.
Very, very tight tree-lined fairway. A lot of water certainly shows the tightness of the course.
Thundering Waters is not only a fun course to play, but an enjoyable place to be. As with Daly himself, a casual atmosphere pervades the facility. Beechwood Golf and Country Club is the perfect course for families and golfers looking for a light and fun round. It's a great place to come for beginners or even seasoned players looking to tune up their game. You'll get great value for your buck here at Beechwood with prime-time green fees that are under $40 and include a cart. Value doesn't get much better than this.
Traditional rolling golf course. We have water on 13 of the 18 holes, but the water is not always directly in front of the holes. It's off to the side or down the side of the fairway, so it makes for a very interesting golf course. It's 18 good golf holes.
The 15th hole on the course is a par 5 with a dogleg right that will lead you to an elevated green. The 9th hole is another signature hole with the clubhouse in the backdrop and a small green as your target. But don't hit too long, otherwise you'll lose your ball on the clubhouse patio.
It's usually into the prevailing wind. It's a green that slopes towards the water. You can get some funny kicks. It's a premium on accuracy.
Golf is a social game and meant to be enjoyed among friends, and that's what Beechwood is all about. Family values are rooted within the course's history. For over 50 years, the course has been owned and operated by the same family. That's why golfers of all ages and skill are welcomed with open arms. When you play here, you're considered part of the Beechwood family. A few stick lengths away from the falls on the American side of the border is Seneca Hickory Stick. Opened in 2010, this Robert Trent Jones Jr. design provides a pristine golf course from tee to green.
One of the things Robert Trent Jones Jr. has done here is create a lot of optical illusions for the golfer where it may look very narrow. On the other side of the curves and the mounds of the golf course is open fairway. It's a link style design with 14 holes with hazards on them, 67 bunkers out there, but fairways as wide out there.
The 6th is a tricky par 4 and poses issues for some of the most skilled players.
It's a dual fairway, and you can go up the right side and keep it away from the creek, which splits the fairway in half, or go up the left side and have a nice little short shot into the green. If you want to take the water out of play, definitely the smartest way to go.
To finish the front 9, golfers are faced with a long par 5, which calls for accuracy on every shot. With a water hazard to the right and traps on the left of the fairway, you'll need some straight shots while approaching the signature double green. The 16th hole will give you a good chance at a birdie if you can keep it to the right side of the pond, lining the entire side of the hole. A decent drive should put you around the 100-yard mark and will leave you just a short iron into the green. And to finish off the round, you're up against a short par 3, one that sees you return to the double green that you saw on number 9. It's a scenic view, and if you can get it up and over, there's a good chance you can finish your round with an easy par. The course has been rated one of the best new golf courses in the United States and is a visual treat that you'll want to try out when in the Niagara region. Whirlpool Golf Course is one of Canada's best known and highly rated public courses. An enduring classic, it's undergone many alterations over the years since its opening in 1951. But it's still very much a design of its master golf course architect, one of Canada's best.
World-famous Canadian architect Stanley Thompson. This was his last design. Typical to a Stanley Thompson course, it's a parkland-style course. Very much so, what you see is what you get.
From one great designer to another, Doug Carrick has also had a hand in what Whirlpool is today. For instance, he redesigned the second hole at Whirlpool in the late 90s, and that hole stands as one of its best.
He changed the whole green complex. He added a man-made pond, some mounding, some new bunkers. It's Whirlpool's signature hole now. Being precise off the tee is imperative to being able to have a reasonable look and a reasonable distance for your approach, and it's a good, solid par 4.
The 6th hole, which has the Skylon Tower on the horizon, is the most scenic par 3 on the course. In a typical Thompson touch, the green is surrounded by 5 bunkers, making it tough to get on this putting surface. If your ball often finds its way into the closest water hazard, well, you may be safe for the most part on this track, except for this hole. The 14th, named Great Grief, is a short par 3 that needs to be played perfectly to avoid the pond and the bunkers surrounding the green. The 16th hole may be the most scenic view on the course, yet don't let the view fool you. It may also be the most demanding. The 18th is a great finishing hole. It's a shorter par 5 and gives you a chance to reach the green in 2, yet that may be easier said than done. Whirlpool is a Stanley Thompson course that needs to be played. The Masters touch is clear from the first tee to the final putt, and the ability to experience this classic is something that shouldn't be missed.